was completely crazy. I was completely untamed, rebellious, and I had the world and I had a car, and then you had a girl. That was that.
How we doing? I'm Tyrel Alejandro of Real Ones, and I'm here with...
I love you, Hook.
Right off the bat, you just dropped a new project, Castle.
I just dropped my LP, EP, Castle, with features from Obax and Koi Chilla. A lot of great producers on there. Of course, Ned Arb, Braden, BRB Co, Brack. We got Little Ariane. Very, very great. That's the first song on there, and I love it. And then we got some, emails too. I still go through my emails, and I just vibe out. My last song is by this producer. I have no idea what his name is, but I love that. I love that beat, and I love that song.
That's awesome how, modern technology has made it where you can just kind of work with people from all over the place.
Yeah. So convenient.
I was going to say, even a lot of, the homies I know music, they'll be like, yeah, some of the coolest shit is coming from, some, 16-year-old's bedroom out in Sweden or something.
Oh, yeah.
Out in Europe, they got, kids just coming up with the craziest shit.
Yeah, it's interesting how, I hear a beat, and I'm like, okay, I just initially like it. I don't know the story and how they're feeling when they make it.
Right.
But I love going into sessions that, the producer's mindset is just completely focused, and I see how they're just breaking it down. And while they're breaking it down, I can just be writing, or I can just be like, okay, I see where we're gonna go with this beat, or Cook, I made this beat specifically for you. So hearing beat packs, I'm very, very thankful because I know they made that beat specifically for I Love You, Hook.
And that's kind of cool because then you get that moment where you listen to the beat and then off rip, oh, I know I'm messing with this one. Tell me a little bit more about the making of process, all the different things you were feeling, what you were going through.
The hardest thing, I'm gonna go to the hardest thing to do for it's the whole tape, was just to make the title, if that answers your question.
Yeah, I mean, in a sense, what kind of themes were you pulling from the tracks you made where you were kind of oh, castle, this is what I'm gonna call it? What made you get to that point?
I changed the definition of the word castle. I changed the definition to not knowing that you are a queen. It could mean that I just can't survive in this world of settling. I don't like to settle for anything. I want to have everything.
Real abundance mentality.
Abundance. I pray for abundance. Yes. That's exactly what it is, yeah.
I was watching the video the other day for Game Boy on Twitter.
Yeah.
And one thing that I feel has been super consistent with you and your art for the past couple years now is you've always had a really cool aesthetic. The choices you guys went through with the video, it's some 90s 2000 eras, almost learning video type shit, but a modern version of that. Just the simple design choices you've done, it's always cultivated this cool ass aesthetic. So where do you get a lot of that inspiration from? Where do you come up with a lot of these ideas?
I have been doing 90s stuff since I first started Instagram. I took a lot from, I think it was just an ethical background, but in a sense it was also just realizing that branding yourself, it could be fashion. So I saw a lot of stuff as a jit that was taken away from me, and I just can put it in pictures and clothes. But I don't know, it's just something about I just dropped a photo right now, and I was just it already looks like I'm super old. So I don't know what that means, but if I see this 10 years later from now, or my kids see it, it's gonna be yo, you look like you were from 2001. And I'm well, I was 2, so that's not correct, but They're already gonna automatically be whoa, So I think, the internet is just, I love point and shoots and real cameras. This iPhone 15, I don't know.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure Molly's on a point and shoot over there.
Yeah, that point and shoot is totally fire. That's a beautiful camera.
And it's kind of crazy how you're talking about fashion and how it's very cyclical and how there's cycles to things and shit that was hot then comes back around. It's the same thing with tech. As tech has gotten better and you're saying, you can shoot from a clarity point, really good photos on an iPhone. Everyone's craving, that old look.
You can shoot a whole movie on an iPhone. Yeah, I'm in college right now, so they're teaching us about all these cameras, and one of the second lessons was iPhone 15, shoot a movie.
Right.
A woman director got a Grammy, I can't quote her name, but she shot a whole action film of the war on an iPhone 15, I think. The whole movie was great, but just to see how, technology is right now, it's a bittersweet feeling. I'm glad to be a part of it. That's Generation X, I think.
Yeah. It's we have everything, we have all the new shit, but we're still craving some of that old stuff. Another one of your projects I definitely want to talk about is Crash My Car.
Okay. Why that one? Crash my car.
That was one of your earlier projects that like really like put me on, where I was like, oh damn, this is fucking nuts.
When I made that, I was definitely having a semi anticipated life. Every single where I went, I gave everything just completely distorted. Like I was just completely, I was completely crazy. I was completely untamed, rebellious, and I had the world and I had a car, and then you had a girl. So I do love that. That album is interesting. Shout out to ODB. He inspired it, or the cover art. And hearing, ODB and rap that's just very, very unorthodox. Looking at the suburbs from a nigga standpoint is just fire. Like, shout out to ODB. That shit was
100%.
crazy.
It's like
Changed my life.
the nigga version of like a bird's eye view.
It's like we're doing something completely different than everybody, and I don't mind standing out and being like ignorant or what would we say and whatnot. But it's
100%.
Definitely inspired me.
I know you're from California, right?
I'm a Cali girl.
So who are some artists that you've been really fucking with coming out of California?
That's a really great question. I'm going to say O3 Greedo, Colleen For Real. I want to say Earl. Is Earl from Cali?
I think so, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I think when, growing up around LA, I listened to a lot of just jump music and damn near like crunk music.
Yeah,
so
no, 100%.
I listen to mixes from I love a lot of DJs out there. I love DJ Charlie Cinco. I love DJ Trey. I'm up in the morning really getting lit. I'll get lit to that, or I'll really
That's
just
tough.
show, it kind of seems cultural. Like, I love a lot of the producers there too. So yeah, LA.
That's cool as hell that you got, specific DJs that you're really fucking with.
Yeah,
from out there.
definitely.
Last but not least, here at Real Ones, we always ask the artists to shout out a real one in your life. It could be anyone, a sibling, your mom, friend.
Of course, my mommy. Shout out to my moms.
Shout out moms. Always.
Shout out to
always.
Just shout out to the fam from LA. My moms went through that. So shout out to her. Shout out to DC, my gram. Shout out to I guess my mom's side. I'm a divorced fam. So yeah, I'm on my mom's side right now. Yeah.
Word.
So shout out to my moms. I love you guys. IOI. Thank you guys for watching. This was amazing, and Real Runs asked some questions that I can answer fluently, because they know I love you, Hook. I'm glad you guys get to know me now.
Thank you so much for the time.
Thank you. I appreciate it.